On 16th of February, the year 2013, Samuel Kivuitu rested. Today, being on 21st of February, 21st of February, the year 2025, Iebc Chair WAFULA Chebukati has rested. The reason why we are doing this video is to compare the case between that of the late Iebc Chair, or let me say the ECK Chair Samuel Kivuitu, to that of the former Iebc Chairman who was arrested today, WAFULA Chebukati. Let me tell you, Kenyans have spoken about this several times, but not many know that as we speak today, marks about 2 years, 6 months, and 22 days since WAFULA Chebukati declared William Ruto the winner of the presidential election of the year 2022. It's the same thing that happened with Kivuitu, who died 2 years, 6 months, and 23 days after declaring Mwai Kibaki as the presidential candidate of the elections of the year 2007. Now, let's get down to the story of Samuel Kivuitu. Kivuitu burst into national limelight as the defense lawyer for a fire-spitting MP accused of attempting to overthrow the government of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta on April 8, 1971. Samuel Motwa Kivuitu, then a dashing lawyer and MP for Parklands, now Westlands, represented Yatta MP Gideon Mutiso, who pleaded guilty before acting senior resident magistrate SK Sakdeva, and after 1 day of hearing, Mutiso was accused together with 13 others, including Chief Justice Kitili Mwendo and Chief of Defense Staff and Major General J.M. Dolo, who held 12 goat-hitting session to plot the coup in which Uhuru Kenyatta's father was to be hanged for corruption and political assassination. The plotters were charged with sedition, not treason, which is a capital offense. The Deputy Public Prosecutor James Karogo, later Attorney General, described Mutiso as the pivot around which the whole conspiracy to overthrow the Kenyan government revolved. Mwendwa and Dolo were fired from their jobs, while Mutiso, who pleaded to the president, "I have come to you, Mzee, as your lost son," was jailed for 9 years. Kivuitu, an alumni of Machakos Boys, Makerere, and the University of Dar es Salaam, had been a state council and a resident magistrate after independence, on his way to being one of two non-Kikuyu MPs in Nairobi. The other were Eunice Ali and MP for Lang'ata, the only Nubian legislature to date. Kivuitu lost to Wachira Waweru with 5 votes in the acrimonious 1974 elections, in which 3/4 of lawmakers lost their seat. He lost again in the snap elections of the year 1983 and the 1988 Mlolongo elections, and retreated to struggling private practice and fish and chips outlet in the city. He was plucked from obscurity by retired President Daniel Arap Moi, who appointed him deputy head of the de facto electoral commission headed by the Zacchaeus Chesson for the 1992 general election. Kivuitu replaced Chesson to head the commission that oversaw the 1997 elections, the 2005 constitutional referendum, and the fiasco that was the infamous 2007 general election, when retired President Mwai Kibaki reappointed him. Bungling that election was blamed on Kivuitu's nonchalant deposition and reckless utterances, including confessing that "I don't know who won the elections," even after declaring Kibaki the winner over challenger RAILA ODINGA. This was at the height of political tension, precipitating the ensuing post-election violence that resulted in the death of 1,300 Kenyans and displacement of over 600,000 people. For the unrepentant but divorced father of 7, it was the ignominious head to a public career before succumbing to throat cancer in Nairobi at Nairobi's MP Shah Hospital in February 2013 at the age of 74. The case of Kivuitu is the same to that of the now arrested former Iebc chair WAFULA Chebukati, the man who left the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission two and a half years ago. WAFULA Chebukati went ahead to declare William Ruto as the presidential winner in the elections of the year 2022, even after being asked to open up the Iebc servers to really confirm that William Ruto had won the election. WAFULA Chebukati declined to open the Iebc servers, which led to the speculation that RAILA ODINGA was really the winner of the elections of the year 2022. Remember, after WAFULA Chebukati went ahead to declare William Ruto as the presidential, as the winner of the presidential election, his wife was appointed by President William Ruto to serve in one of uh, the big offices in Nairobi. After that, WAFULA Chebukati fell ill. WAFULA has been suffering from a high problem for a very long time. He had been taking medicine, but according to insiders, somebody switched off his medicine or switched off his meds, which led to WAFULA Chebukati having a problem further that led to him having an high operation in Nairobi, which failed, and then he was airlifted to Germany, where he went for treatment. After being airlifted to Germany, uh, his head was operated. He had a head surgery. And after the head surgery, WAFULA Chebukati never got back to being the normal self again. When he returned to the country, he was taken to Nairobi Hospital, where he stayed there for some time receiving treatment. But the family realized that this man will never get back to his normal self. So the family went ahead to execute WAFULA Chebukati's will while he was still alive. They executed the will while Chebukati was sick. It is said that the will was executed in Diani, where they went ahead for vacation, and there they negotiated on how they will share Mzee WAFULA Chebukati's wealth, and it was subdivided among his kids. After that, WAFULA Chebukati was, a caregiver was hired to take care of him, and it has been the same reputation of cases where sometimes things get bad and he is taken back to hospital to receive treatment and he has returned back home. And for the time that he has been in and out of hospital since his operation, WAFULA Chebukati has not been his normal self because he lost his mind. Let me say that his thinking capacity and akili yake ilikaa ya mtu punguani, ikakuwa WAFULA Chebukati could not retrace his footsteps, angejirejelea, nikana kwamba alikuwa amepatwa na ugonjwa wa amnesia. And Kenyans have been blaming WAFULA Chebukati for what they are going through under the regime of President William Ruto for the last 2 years that he has been in power. Now remember, when we compare the time that Kenyans have suffered under President William Ruto's regime, knowing that RAILA ODINGA was the rightful heir to the throne as the President of the Republic of Kenya, it takes us back to how people suffered when Samuel Kivuitu decided to swear in Mwai Kibaki as the president in the elections of the year 2007, where it's only KBC that was present during the swearing in of Mwai Kibaki as the president of the Republic of Kenya, which led Kenya to see its darkest times, where the country was plugged into the 2007-2008 post-election violence that led to death of over 1,300 people and displacement of over 600,000 people. When we come to the case of WAFULA Chebukati, you will look at it in another perception. How many people have died under the regime of President William Ruto? Young men and women who took to the streets or shot and killed. A lot of people are saying if RAILA ODINGA was given his right then we wouldn't have been plugged into the madness that we were plugged in the famous Gen Z demonstration of the June 25th, the year 2024. Are we together? And that is why anybody that will be appointed as the IEBC chairman should realize the curse of the IEBC that has revolved between these IEBC commissioners. The only person that is currently serving and does not undergone this problem is the former IEBC chair, that is Hussein. Hussein is currently serving at the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, I think so. When you look at the case of WAFULA, Chebukati, and that of the late Samuel Kivuitu, a lot of details are common in the cases of the both of them. Chebukati has passed at the age of 64. Kivuitu passed at the age of 74 years. For you, as a citizen of the Republic of Kenya, tell me what you think about this. Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video.